Hey everybody, my name's George.
And I'm Toby.
And we are wildlife rangers right here at Ranger HQ. And you're here just in time to help us.
We are in charge of the zoo pad, and we are filling it with information about animals, conservation, and the natural world around us. Let's take a look to discover which animal we need to find out more about today.
The Indian elephant. Find out if the elephants at the Ranger HQ are Indian or African. How can we tell whether the elephants at Ranger HQ are Indian or African?
George, shall we head over to the old elephant enclosure to try and find out more?
Definitely, but before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of our Ranger adventures. Great, let's go! Whoa, aren't our elephants incredible? Let's take a closer look and see what we can find out. Toby, did you know elephants are the world's largest land animal? They're huge. In fact, they can weigh the same as 6 cars. Being big is useful for avoiding predators, as being really big normally means predators won't attack, as they don't want to get injured either. Handy. And what about their amazing noses? They're not just any old nose.
Whoa, that is big. And you're right, George, they do have unusual noses. Their noses are called trunks, and they have as many muscles in them as you have in your whole body. They can use them like big straws and can hold up to 8 litres of water at any one time. That's the same as about 24 cups of water. Whoa!
24 cups of water? That's a lot more than I can drink. The big white things you can see are the elephant's tusks, and these are actually big teeth. They help them to dig for food and even fight off rivals. Unfortunately, their tusks also get them into trouble, as some people actually hunt elephants for their tusks.
Elephant babies can stand within 2 minutes of being born and walk within an hour. That's very quick, but it's important because they need to be able to keep up with their family or herd, as a group of elephants is known as, to survive.
Oh, thanks Toby. But time we get back to our elephants.
These elephants are so fascinating, George.
But we still don't know how to tell whether these are African or Indian elephants.
Do you know what we need? We need a fact file. Let's load on up, George.
Working out whether an elephant is an Indian elephant or an African one isn't easy.
African elephants live on the continent of Africa, and Indian elephants live in India, but they both look alike.
This fact file will help you to tell the difference. Number 1. Size. Firstly, Indian elephants are a bit smaller. African elephants can weigh the same as 6 cars, but Indian elephants can only weigh up to 5 cars. That's still pretty huge though. Indian elephants can be as tall as 2.5 meters and African elephants as tall as 3 meters. Elephants are herbivores, meaning they only eat plants, and because it's normally easier for an elephant to find plants, they can eat a lot. Indian elephants can eat up to 150 kilograms of plants a day. That's the same weight as 2 adult humans. Whoa!
Number 2. Ears. Indian elephants also have smaller ears.
Oh, their ears look pretty big to me.
They are, but they're not as big as African elephant ears. This is because they normally live in areas with more trees, and an Indian elephant squeezing between trees with really big ears can be a bit tricky. Having smaller ears makes it easier. Elephants also use their ears to cool themselves down, and as it is generally cooler amongst the trees in India, they don't need such big ears. Clever.
Number 3. Head shape. Their head shape is different. Indian elephants have a head with 2 rounded domes on top, and African elephant heads are a bit less bumpy. Can you see?
This elephant has 2 bumps on its head, so we know it's an Indian one. But this elephant has no bumps, so it's an African elephant. Well, that was really helpful. Let's take a look at the elephants here at Ranger HQ and try to work out whether they're Indian or African. So, we can see that these elephants have smaller ears, great for moving through forests and areas with lots of trees. They also have the 2 domed bumps on top of their head. I think we can work out which one it is.
Do you think it's the African elephant or the Indian elephant? That's right, they're the Indian elephants. Indian elephants live in the forests and grasslands of the sub-Indian continent, and they will spend up to 19 hours a day feeding.
And all that food has to go somewhere. They can poo 90 kilograms of poo every single day. Whoa, that's a lot of poo.
You'll often find Indian elephants near water, as they need to drink quite a bit.
Indian elephants are endangered, which means there are not many of them left in the wild. This is partly because people hunt them for their tusks, but also because humans cut down forests to build houses, so the elephants have less space to live in. This is called habitat loss. But visiting places like zoos often raises money that helps to look after elephants in the wild.
Thanks so much for helping us today. The ZooPad is now filled with lots of information about elephants, and we know that the ones at Ranger HQ are Indian elephants.
Remember, if you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any Ranger expeditions.
I can't wait to see you on the next Ranger adventure.
Goodbye!
Goodbye, everyone.